Welcome you for watching it on our website. In 18 now, West Hills trying to continue on with some pressure and is sent out of play. A Rosemont Hills League team is playing the Cavers today. The City Eastern League team. The West Hills team from playing against Rosemont over the past 3 years. And unfortunately for you Rosemont fans who are subscribers, we won't be filming your game today, and we wish you good luck. It's Point Loma. The Cavers will be playing Point Loma at some point in the season. In fact, they had to play on the varsity in the playoffs and lost 1-0. That ended their season last season. Ball out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Wolfpack. Gabby Porter throws it in. The Cavers will clear it out of their own 18. Played very well in their first game against Mira Mesa. The Marauders lost 1-0. And varsity fared a little better as they had a tie in that match. Of course, a lot of you Caver family saw the varsity match on Wednesday where they were down. In the attacking third. Work to Prado on the edge of the box. Prado a heavy touch that time, and so it'll be a goal kick for Sofia Romero, the keeper. Wolfpack, and she will not take it. Will be another Sofia on the team, Neves. Neves drives it down the left flank, but it's intercepted by the Cavers. Corroso. Pass intercepted. Corroso, a header towards the central. Gets it there for Kelly. Kelly is dispossessed that time. On the near side. Collision, and the Caver player going down the ball. It goes out of play. That goes off Kate Brennan. It's going to be a throw-in for Cavers. They have it. Along the near side. Collecting in the back. Outside the backer. Wolfpack go. Trying to link up that time was Brenham and Augustini. Couldn't do it, so it'll be a throw in for the quarter. And our Wolfpack teammates trying to range. They can go further upfield. That's intercepted. Nicely done by the Capers. Near side. Augustini. Pass. Brenham. Augustini again. Push it. Porter not able to keep it in, so Augustini's going to throw it in. Well, Augustini not able to handle the pass with Skelly. Curtis. Alvarez. Towards the far side touchline. Curtis. And it's out of play. It'll be a throw-in for the Capers. Rosso. Intercepted by the Wolfpack. Wolfpack have it again now. And it's a throw-in for the Capers. And knocked out of play. 0-0 your score. Just about 31 minutes and a half on the scoreboard clock. Official time kept by the center ref. As I mentioned in the first game for the Capers, this junior varsity team, that the scores are usually rather small as far as the amount of goals scored. It's either small in the amount of goals scored or it's either a blowout. Augustini will throw it into defensive third for the Capers. Settling down nicely that time was Kelly. Now it's in the central on the attack. The Capers. Intercepted by the Wolfpack and intercepted now again by the Capers. Prado trying to get to it. Could not. Center defender sends it to the near side for the Wolfpack. Early ball not being able to be run onto by the striker. Nathan Vale is the head coach for the Wolfpack. And, of course, Manny Lopez is the head coach for the JV team, or your Capers. Madeline Strahan is the assistant coach. Offsides. And so now it's going to be a free kick. Greg K. Porter, happy to be with you on a nice sunny day here at Balboa Stadium in San Diego. Campus of San Diego High School right next to San Diego City College. And down the street from the San Diego Zoo, the world-famous San Diego Zoo. Things starting to open up out here in Southern California. Able to go to restaurants and amusement parks and that. Heard Disneyland was opening up the other day. Limited, but
at least opening up. Couple weeks, the Padres will be started. We're here at Petco Park, just down the street. This is a CK from the corner flag, near side corner flag. They get their second ball, but not able to. They touched it lastly, ruled on the play. And so it's a goal kick. So Wolfpack not able to do anything with that second ball. Prado trying to get to it, cannot. Wolfpack have it. Dolans, and then her pass was intercepted. Wolfpack, far side of the field. Outside the area. West Hills in his central was intercepted. Nicely done by the center defender. The Cabers on the near side. That ball is out of play. And it is off of the West Hills Wolfpack. 0-0 your score. Just about 27 minutes left to play in the first half. Hopefully you're enjoying it from wherever you're watching it, whatever time of day it is. Late afternoon out here in Southern California, specifically San Diego. Substitutions are happening now. First substitutions of the match. Wholesale. Wolfpack, they get in two fresh players. Francouz is number 17. She's one of them. And the other one we'll mention as that soccer ball is touched if she touches it. Francouz is 17 out there. Nice save. Evelyn Burnett, the keeper. Or the Cabers. Near side. They do get a touch, and they keep it going. Francouz, who just came in at either a attacking midfield position or a striker, tried to make a play, and it is sent out of play by the Cabers, so they're going to get another corner kick, the second one of the match. From the near side flag, Alvarez right on line, and Burnett handles it. She drops it, but it is cleared out upfield. Thankfully, her defenders were aware and near the soccer ball, able to clear it out. Here's Prado on the counterattack. Upfield. She was trying to link up with her teammate, Rogers, and Rogers was shielded off on the play. So back come the Wolfpack now. Usually freshman and sophomore on the junior varsity team. Coach Steve Lincoln of the varsity told us that one of his other teams had to be shut down this particular shortened season to finish the school year, 2020-2021. So hopefully that team will come back for the 21-22 season. In the box. And shepherded, and Wolfpack striker goes down, holding it near her ankle area. And now Coach Nathan Bale's going to have to come out and take a look at her. Maybe just stepped wrong that time. A little tweak of the ankle. Don't know for sure. Won't speculate any further. So the Cabers varsity team now 1-0-1, and they're going to look to try and add another victory, but it's not going to be easy, as they're going to have to play the West Hills varsity team, and that team in the Grossmont Hills League, if you look on their Instagram page, has had success over the last 5 or 6 seasons. In fact, they were in the playoffs last year and played Grossmont, and it was a close match over there at Jack Mashin Stadium. Foothillers winning and went on to win the CIF title. But the Wolfpack the varsity team were inflicted by a lot of injuries. And unfortunately, we're seeing one here for this JV squad, as she is going to be carried over to the sideline. However she stepped or whatever happened on that play, bad enough she can't put weight on it for right now. Hate to see that at any time. Well, hopefully, if she can't come back in this game, hopefully down the road she'll be able to get back out there and play. Obviously, these athletes getting an opportunity to play now for the first time in a year. Some of them have been playing on their club teams, but to be playing in high school, that's always a different dimension when you're playing for your high school team. I'm very happy to see their classmates, but intercepted and sent back in their defensive half by Quarter. Cabers trying to get possession back. Quarter gets it. Sends it that time off of Augustini. Augustini sends it down this left flank into the defensive third of the Wolfpack. Going to be a substitution coming in. Coach Manny Lopez. Getting in Kate Villar, sophomore. She's number 33 out there in blue. Incorrect throw in now. Again, freshmen and sophomores out there. Hardly seldom see that in the varsity. Diagonal pass now. The defenders for the Wolfpack. The midfield intercepted by the Cabers back line. Near side. San Diego High School with possession now. Rogers dispossessed. Back come the Cabers. The Wolfpack. But now it's taken away. Nicely done by the Cabers. Tatiana Barroso, a nice hard shot. And the save is made by Prado. Or I should say by Romero. Thinking about Prado getting an opportunity as well for the Cabers. And she surely will before this match is over with. 19 minutes just about left to play. You're watching this on the second copy. The time will be accurate of how much time is left in the match. And we invite you to watch the second copy of these games, because that's the instant replays and the highlights for the first half and second half of the games. But everybody loves the live stream, and it is live right now. The varsity game with the Marauders and the JV game have both had over 800 views so far in just about a week's time, which is incredible for GK Sports. We've never had that kind of viewership in that short a time. And surely the varsity match against the Marauders which was the first game of the season, is going to break the all-time record for GK Sports. Watching a live stream match. So we thank all of you viewers out there who watched a portion of the match, if not it all in its totality. Invite you to do that. It's going to be a throw-in again. Westpack with possession. Eating up time in the clock of this first half. They spent a lot of time with the soccer ball. And a lot of possession time in the Cavers' defensive half of the field. So far, still no score. Wolfpack on the corner kick, that header coming to the near side. And it is out of play, and it was off the Wolfpack player, so not able to do anything with the second attempt, or actually the first attempt into the box. Wanted to get a second attempt, but could not. But now they have the throw-in quickly into the 18. Still have possession. They send it in the 18, but it's going to go past the goal line, and it'll be a goal kick. Evelyn Burnett with the goal kick. Drives it, and her pass is intercepted momentarily. Might have been a handball. And it's going to be a free kick. Free kick for the Cavers. On the near side, on the move is Rogers. Played it into the central, but it's intercepted. Now it's played upfield. Intercepted. Nicely done that time. Into space by Rogers. The pass is sent out of play and into the stands on the near side. Nobody watching on the near side. All the fans are only allowed to watch on the far side of the field, as you can see them. You can see the cheers. Means the players cannot sit on a bench together. But saw something on TV today talking about the CDC coming out with guidelines that are going to be closer as far as kids going to school and that in distance. Instead of 6 feet, be more like 3 feet. So that is welcome in a lot of districts. More and more people getting vaccinated, and I'm going to say I made an error the other day. It's vaccinefinder.org to find out where you can get vaccinated at instead of vaccine.org. Vaccinefinder.org. Sorry for the misinformation. Gabers having to defend, and the save on the shot by the Wolfpack. Burnett, nicely done. You just turned in for the first time ever. You can hear the noise above us, and obviously you can tell that's an aircraft. And that's because we are in the flight path of San Diego International Airport, Lindbergh Field. It's going to be a free kick now coming up for San Diego High School as they want to get some attack going against the Wolfpack. They haven't had much of it in this match as we come on 13 minutes left to play in the first half. Still 0-0. Let's see what the Cavers can do now. Prado runs after it. Prado still trying to pursue it and doesn't get it as Romero is able to go to one knee and make the save. Sophia ranges to her left and now back to the central. Drives it upfield for one bounce and a deflection. And here they go on the near side. It's out of play. Off the Cavers. Francouz throws it in. Intercepted in the central. They get it back. Alvarez. And now here's the drive. Trying to get a header in the box. And Burnett is able to make a save. Down to central. Cavers was intercepted, but they have possession now, and they'll have to play defense, but it'll be thrown from the defensive third of the Wolfpack. Players coming in now for the Wolfpack of West Hills High. Back into the match is Dolans. She'll play up front. She's number 10 out there. And also into the match is Asahara. Kate Asahara. Playing on that left flank. Here's Dolans now. Dolans pressured. Prado takes it away from her, but her pass was intercepted. And now the Wolfpack have it back. Intercepted. Now here's Prado now. Her pass is intercepted. 50-50 ball. Who will be able to throw it in? It'll be the Cavers. Coming on 10 minutes left to play in the first half. Unofficial time on the scoreboard. They stop it here when it gets to 2. In the deep back. West Hills down their left flank and nobody able to connect with it up front. From the defensive third, San Diego High will have possession to throw it in. Off of a bounce, trying to get somebody to run onto it, can't do it. Putting pressure that time was Francouz. And now it results in West Hills getting possession back. Alvarez plays it out to her left. And then it is sent towards the central off of Dolan's cleat. And it's going to be out of play. It actually was obviously touched by a caver. And so in the attacking third, not too far from the box, it's going to be the throw-in for West Hills. Franny Francouz will throw it in. Gets a touch to one of her teammates, and then it goes way out further. Alvarez. Off a deflection. Deflection of Madison Ryan trying to maybe put it in the back of the net off that deflection. It didn't happen. Rogers. Camila Rogers. Pass was intercepted. Francouz goes after it again. Franny Francouz gives it over to Lewis. Lewis's pass is intercepted. Rachel Lewis goes after it again and gets it. They work it from the left flank now. Into the box now. They got a runner there. A save by Burnett. Oh, Burnett came off her line and made a nice save onto the soccer ball, but they were offsides. It wouldn't have counted if they scored. But Evelyn Burnett shows her skills that time as a keeper, her awareness to get off her line and get towards that soccer ball and make the good save. Keep it a 0-0 match. Working on 7.5 left to play in the first half. Still no score. Remember, the Cavers only lost 1-0 to Mira Mesa. Played a good match. Dolan's now, and that pass is, or attempted shot behind the net. But not a bad run by Juliana Dolans. Substitutions are going to occur for West Hills and for the Cavers. Kiana Milan, the sophomore, is in for the Cavers. And also Renwick, the freshman, Delaney Renwick, finish out this first half. More than likely. A couple of players came in for West Hills, and mentioned them if they touch that soccer ball. Going to be a throw-in in the attacking third for West Hills. They've had the lion's share of possession and territorial advantage in this match. But in soccer, it doesn't matter as far as who wins or loses. Whether that ball is put into the back of the net or you get points normally if you get a draw. So if you don't do it, as long as the other team doesn't score, it doesn't matter. On the move is Milan down the right flank. Milan trying to link up forward with Kate Villar. It goes out of play. And it'll be a goal kick. Coming on 5.5 left to play in the first half. And now going to get a breather is Madison Ryan for West Hills. She's going to come out of the match. Into the match is Anissa Castillo. Cavers have possession. Center defender sends it upfield to Castillo. Intercepted. Intercepted again by Prado now. Prado tried to flick it forward, and she did in a sense where it went off the hand of the West Hills player, and now they're going to have a free kick. So a free kick in a favorable area, inside 30 yards. Tatiana Barroso sends it over to Romero, and Romero makes a save, ranging to her right. Drives it up the field. Intercepted, nicely done by Barroso. To Milan. Milan now with it. Into the central, a deflection. Trying to get a runner onto that soccer ball. Had too much pace on it that time. So Romero collects it. Goes over Barroso's head. But in the high line, they're able to get it forward and still keep possession in the attacking half of the field. Sent across midfield by West Hills. Not able to link up to the outside, so it's going to be a throw-in now for Pareto. Nysa. Throw in, it was intercepted. Sent out by the Cavers. 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Still 0-0 for those of you who don't know soccer. At 0-0. A header by Rachel Lewis. West Hills. West Hills with possession. It is hit off the cleat of Kate Villar for the Cabers. And so it'll be a throw-in now. Quarter is moved to the far side of the field, and she throws it in, but it is knocked out by her own teammates. So with limited time left in the first half, the Cabers trying to take advantage of that. Riley. Milan with the soccer ball in space gets dispossessed. And it's sent out play. Coach Vale keeping that ball from whizzing over towards the track. Nicely done. Steele's throw in. Steele again. It'll be a throw-in now, and Castile will be able to throw it in again. Still in the attacking third for San Diego High. Short time left to play. In the first half. Early ball, not able to be run onto that time. Looked like they might have had something going, did the Cabers. Now they're going to have to retreat back and play some defense. Ball thrown out. Throw in now by Quarter. West Hills. In the central. Cabers winning it. They win it again. Send it upfield by Prado now. Prado going out towards the wide. Her teammate Villard trying to run onto it or secure it. It is secured now across midfield. Both teams with a high line. Trying to find out whose high line will be more effective towards getting one in the back of the net with just seconds left to play here in the first half. Burnett drives it hard upfield. And now here comes West Hills now. They've got it in the box, but Burnett will make the save. Castillo was trying to get a better shot and said, well, maybe I should just take it anyway and see what happens. Push in the back, and it's going to be a free kick. Prado's going to take it. Valentina Prado, the last chance of this first half for the Cabers. And maybe for West Hills as well. Goes out of play on the near side, and it's going to be a throw-in for West Hills. Catherine Doe throwing it in. She was told to throw it in from the yellow line, and hopefully you know by now that that is the in line. It's confusing with the football out of bounds lines and everything. Dolans trying to work with her teammate on the near side. Some people do not understand when the ball is out of play. The ball has to be completely over the line. You'd be straddling the line, but that doesn't mean it is over the line, and it is still in play. That'll do it for the first half. Hopefully you enjoyed the first half of action. Continue to stay with us on gksports.org as well as on this YouTube channel of GK Sports. We'll be right back in about 10 to 15 minutes with the second half of action, and the highlights of the first half of the first half of this game is going to start right now. Second half set to get underway. 0-0 is your score after 40 minutes of action here at Balboa Stadium. Greg K. Porter with you. Going from right to left is going to be West Hills Wolfpack in the white jerseys. And the home jerseys, the Cabers, going left to right. Shift colors for all you sailors out there past and present. We are underway. Will somebody be able to come out with a victory in this match? We'll find out. Head coach Nathan Vale for West Hills and Manny Lopez have talked to their crew. Cabers, who spent a lot of time in their defensive half and very limited time in the attacking third, want to spend a lot more time doing that here in the second half. Towards getting a good chance, putting one in the back of the net. And West Hills want to keep the same thing going. Territorial advantage and possessing the soccer ball. And so far they're doing it again here to start off the second half. Rachel Lewis had to strike in white. Now on the near side, that's Curtis. Deflected. Goes off of Rogers. Rogers fighting for it, can't get it. As Lewis was able to get it. Here's Lewis again for West Hills. Alvarez. Doe. It's out of play. Near side. Cabers. Lewis. Fights for it. Got leverage, and her teammate has it now. That's Curtis. Into the box for West Hills. Couldn't pursue and get it, but they still have possession now. In the attacking third, trying to get it back into the box. Lewis, her pass was intercepted. West Hills. They went just outside the area. Upfield, the Cabers still not able to get it out of and clear it, and they do, and it's going to be a corner kick now. Cleared in the wrong way, and now they're going to give up a set piece. There's a few of them for West Hills in the first half. Not able to cash them in. Let's see what they do here in the second half. Early here in the second half. Sophia Neves is going to take it from the near side. Fighting the sun now is the keeper, Burnett. It bobbles around now, but the Cabers able to win it and come out with it. But now they have it again. Are the Westpack on the attack? But the whistle and a player is on one knee. And that always gives the center ref an opportunity to know that that player is hurt. On both knees, and now up, able to walk around. She might be smiling. It's tough for me to see from here, but she's going to stay in the match. I believe that was Francouz. And it was Franny Francouz on that injury, but just smarting a little and staying into the match. The Wolfpack now with another corner kick as it was sent out of play past the goal line by the Cabers. West Hills now, a pretty good one just across the crossbar. The other side of the field. Cabers still trying to clear it upfield. West Hills giving them a little bit of a problem, but they're able to get it further upfield. They haven't been to midfield yet since the start of the second half. West Hills still trying to continue on, but can't, as the Cabers finally get possession and send it across midfield for the first time. Well, 6 minutes just about gone in this second half, and they finally get it across midfield. So a great job done by West Hills, but not able to get anything out of it. Dangerous kick that time, and it'll be a free kick. Free kick for the Wolfpack of West Hills. Here's Rogers. Sends the ball to Prado. She's onside now. Valentina Prado. And the center defender is able to get back and send it out of play as Prado tried to run that one down. But a beautiful play made by the center defender. And when you're pressed into action, it's 1v1 with the striker. You've got to make the play. Otherwise, you put your keeper at peril. These players have been playing soccer for many years, since they were little girls most of the time. They know all about it. The near side. Sent toward the center of the field. Cabers now. Still have possession. That's Riley sitting one in the box now. And it's in the back of the net. A goal! Go, 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 go! 1-0. San Diego Cabers. And I mentioned in the first half, it doesn't matter who has a possession, the territorial advantage in a match. It does not matter in the world of soccer, because it's all that matters is either you put it in the back of the net or it's a draw if the other team is even with you at the end of the match. As far as the result is concerned, and so far the Cabers have the result as they lead 1-0. Now, remember, they did not score in their game against Mira Mesa, which was their first game of the season. And remember, a lot of these players have not had a lot of time and a trip to play soccer cohesively, and definitely not together. So as the more minutes are played out on the pitch together, the more practices are had, the better it is. Here's Burnett making a save on a drive by Neves to try to equalize it. They've had a couple of those in the match. Line drives, and Burnett has made the save. Romero had to make a line drive save in that first half. Rogers on the move. Loses the handle on it and back the other way. West Hills on a counterattack. Curtis sends it across the field on a diagonal pass up forward, but it's not handled properly, but they're able to get it back now with Alvarez. Goes upfield and intercepted by the Cabers, and the Cabers now get a counterattack going. Backpedaling center defender now. Prado wanted to get it out to her teammate, out to the wide, but wasn't enough steam on it. And that's why it was intercepted and upfield for West Hills. Coming out of the match now for West Hills is Rachel Lewis. Lewis, I believe, playing in a midfield position, is going to come out. Also coming out is Curtis. Obviously, those spots being filled. Dolans fills one of them. And I believe that was Nisa Castillo filling the other. Castillo now on the soccer ball takes a shot, and Burnett goes down to make the save. So a couple of saves by Burnett in relative close period of time. Handling him nicely. Nice hitter that time. This has been a number change for the Cavers. He's got a number 19 out there, and don't know what her name is. It's probably given to us as another number on this roster. Castillo, and boy, met with velocity to try to keep that ball from going forward. Cavers back line doing a job that time. And in a game and a half, they've been pretty good. Only given up one goal so far in a game and a half. And now they finally got, in this game, their first goal of the season. Didn't see who actually put it in the back of the net. You did, and you'll see it on the second copy. Doe. Handball, and now it's whistled. Took a little extra second there by the center ref. Sometimes he might be looking at something else. Some of the varsity players starting to come to the stadium here, getting ready for the varsity game right after this one. Team that came back from 2-0 to win the match 3-2 in great fashion against Christian Patriots, non-league affair. As this one in this JV game is non-league affair. West Hills from the Grossmont Hills League. Same league of the team that we've filmed for the most part since we've filmed high school sports. 3 season, that's Grossmont High School, and Grossmont High School will not be a part of our filming this season unless something different happens. But more than likely in the fall, late fall and beginning of wintertime, they will be. We wish them the best. Some fine players in that program. Some are seniors, and we wish them the best moving forward. I'm sure they'll continue to play soccer for somebody, either Division I or lower. And could not handle it to the outside. .26 and a half left to play in the match. Cavers leading 1-0. Romero making the save. Throwing it all the way upfield. It'll be a throw-in for the Cavers. Pareto with the throw-in. Incorrectly, so it's going to be now. Throw-in for West Hills, but they're going to get West Hills a couple of subs in. Castillo coming out. And Doe coming out. O'Haron, Taya O'Haron into the match. I believe the other player was Mora. She's number 27 out there. Burnett upfield. Dolans sends it to the near side. Burnett gave up a rebound, but close to the ball and able to make the save. O'Haron, who just got into the game, took that shot. Retreating back is Nevis, sending it out of play. So it's going to be a throw-in. For the Cabers. Anira Kelly throws it in. Rogers looking for Prado, just couldn't quite get to it. That one sent that time off of Sivistelli. Sivistelli now going after it in the box and sends it out of play. And center ref talking to Sivistelli. After the throw-in by the Cabers toward the center of the field. And they're going to come out of their own defensive half with some speed now. Francouz upfield, but intercepted nicely that time by Retzi Perez. Rogers. Pareto. Played back for Nevis. And it's going to be a foul on the play by the Cabers. As Gabby Cortier was knocked down. West Hills on the attack. Vistelli. Back to Dolans. Switch the point of attack. Along the right side. Chasing it down is Perez. Make sure it goes out of play. Lastly touched out by the team in white. Down 1-0 here in the second half with about 22 minutes left to play in the match. Check us out. gksports.org. That's our website. You can check out all our social media pages. The Gram has a lot of great pictures and graphics lately. My director and VP filming this match is doing a great job with that. Twitter. Check out a lot of great stuff on Twitter that we keep going with every day. And then, of course, Facebook as well. March Madness going on across the country. Some bracket busters have already happened. Ohio State going down earlier today. Check it all out on our social media pages. Ball out of play. It'll be a throw-in. West Hills enjoying territorial advantage primarily in this match. But the problem is they are down 1-0. Opportunities, corner kicks in the first half. They didn't cash in on them. And now it's coming back to loom large in this match. Set pieces. The thing that Grossmont High School is able to do very, very well. Our other suitor from the past. Showing how it could be very advantageous for you On a larger affair, really good teams are good at set pieces across the world, no matter what level. Cavers now in the central, but Dolan's strong on the soccer ball, able to get it out to the wide now. Early ball now in the box, and it'll go past the goal line. Had a good run into the box, but the ball had too much pace on it. So it's going to be a goal kick for the Cavers. Back into the match is Kate Villar. Villar, the sophomore, into the match. And who was running into the back box, Madison Ryan, is out for West Hills. And along with Camille Mora, she's out of the match as well. Back into the match is Rachel Lewis, number 6 out there, along with Caitlin Curtis. Nearly a handball, not quite. Able to pull her hand back at the last moment was O'Haron. O'Haron on it now. Into the central to Curtis. Gets it over to Dolans now. Dolans with a little speed there and runs right into O'Connor. Stopped her progress, but now trying to go forward again into the box, but taken away. The back line and midfielders dropping back to do a fine job and keep them from going any further. But they're still working in the attacking third. It's West Hills. They want to get an equalizer. Sent out wide now toward the central, but taken away by the Cavers momentarily, but they get it back again. And here's Lewis now. Couldn't handle the soccer ball, but she goes after it, though. Able to get a little piece of it, but it's taken away. Nicely done that time by Rogers upfield, but taken away by the back line. They get a counterattack going, and it is out of play. Good action in the last minute or so. 18 minutes left to play in this one. 1-0. San Diego High School Cavers over the West Hills Wolfpack. Coming into the match is Olivia Pinnock. She's 48 out there in blue. The home team. And now for the visitors coming in. The far side of the field. We'll check her number when we get a chance. It's going to be a throw-in by the Cavers on the near side of the pitch. And sent to the far side to the new player who just came in. And that is Asahara back into the match. Kate Asahara. Dolans gets a stab on it, but couldn't secure it. Now upfield to Prado. Prado now off the give and go now. Prado, 1v1 with the keeper, sends it over to keeper Romero, but can they get it? They do. Send it upfield. But running onto it, sending it back from where it came, off of Prado's cleat. But they're able to win it again. And send it back to the player who sent it forward. That was Perez, and it's out of play. Perez wanted to get that second ball going to Prado's cleat and make something happen and see if they can get the second goal and really put the Wolfpack in trouble. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that based on the varsity game a couple of nights ago. And Josh saying that when you have a 2-0 lead, it could be the most perilsome lead. And it proved for the first time in GK sports history for the home team to be just that. As the Cavers able to win it 3-2. The varsity Cavers. Throw in now for the JV West Wolfpack. West Hills Wolfpack. Sometimes I get that Westpac thing in there. Must have been my military Navy days. 21 years. Dolan's going to throw it in. Off of a bounce. The Cavers. West Hills Wolfpack on the move now in the attacking third. Looking for a runner. They get one, but it just had too much pace on it that time. They had the runner, but it was too fast with the soccer ball. So here come the Cabers on a dispossessed but not able to link up with Prado. Coming way off her line is Romero. 15 minutes left to play in the match. Can the Cabers secure this one for a victory? Or will the Wolfpack of West Hills be able to tie it up, at least get a draw out of the match, or will they find a way to win it? It's going to be a throw-in for West Hills. When a ball goes out like this, it's an advantage for the team that's ahead in the match. And in this case, it's the Cabers. So as many times as it goes out, the advantage continues to play on for the home team. Unless there's an equal match. On the move now, on a counterattack, and they've got their crowd howling now. Even though they're on the road, they have a good crowd here tonight, and Rachel Lewis tries to get it and cannot. West Hills, they travel well. And you can hear them tonight. That might be a setup for later on when the varsity has to play. They have a new coach this year, head coach. We'll see what happens. Josh Pangan will have the call for you. I'll be watching from home. Across midfield. Sent upfield. Left defender doing her job. Nevis. They're still trying to secure it and keep it going forward. Dolan finally runs onto it. Lewis now has it on an early ball now, and it's a good early ball. It's going to be 1v1 with a keeper. The shot and missed the whole side of the net. She missed the whole side of the net. And thankfully that time for the Cabers, because that is a troublesome scenario. Trying to guard the near post. Make you beat me from the past my shoulder and into the far post. And that's what Burnett did. Not able to happen, and here they are again. The cross now, getting another strike, and saved by Burnett. Burnett makes a save right in front of the striker trying to drive it into the back of the net, and she had enough of her body protecting that soccer ball from getting underneath her and going into the back of the net. It is still 1-0. 12 minutes left to go in the match, and they're getting a lot more quicker rushes up the field. The Cabers now put under pressure, their back line and defenders a lot more. But can they victimize them going the other way with the counterattack? Enjoying the 1-0 lead are the San Diego High School Cabers. Lewis tries to get to it for West Hills, could not. Still has numbers up forward as they've put the high line on the Cabers. Vistelli goes off of a couple of players and then driven upfield. And here's now Prado. Neves to her center defender. Plays it out wide now. Toward the central. Coming up from the back is Caitlin Riley now. Looks for Prado now. Prado's got a little area, and it bounces off to the left. And no problem for Romero. Didn't have enough steam on it that time. In the central now. A deflection. Only a couple in the deep back, but making the fine play that time was Galicia. Stephanie. But here comes now the Wolfpack, and it's sent out of play into space. Was Pareto protecting They go over Pareto. Lewis now on her cleat to the near side now. Curtis into the central now. Dolan's now with speed, and they collapse. They're going to get a shot at a save by Burnett again. The deflection, and then the shot, but Burnett was right where she needed to be to make the save. But there's a player for the Cavers that's down on one knee. Coming on 9.5 left to play in the match. There'll be maybe a little bit of tiny extra time. Again, check us out on gksports.org for all our social media pages. Of course, we want you to always subscribe. Yuretsi Perez is up. I'm going to try to shake it off and stay into the match. And be sure to always Prado is on the move. And off the side of the net. Prado tried to get it to bend like a player for Christian did in a goal that was scored in the varsity match on Wednesday. Not able to do it that time. Interactive is what I was the word I was looking for. Interact with us. You can do that on the YouTube site. Just click on to the area over by the GK Sports symbol, and you can interact. Say some things. Support your teammates. Your classmates, I should say. Maybe formerly you were a player here at San Diego High School or West Hills. Maybe you've graduated and your former teammates are still at the school. So interact with us. Coming out of the match is Asahara for West Hills. Couple players are coming in now for the Cavers. That's Candelario. She's in number 35. Like a defensive player, and I believe Galicia is into the match as well. Sent upfield. Prado has it. Prado's pursuing it now towards the area. Prado with speed. Valentina Prado, and right at Romero, and she makes the save again. Nice run by Valentina Prado. It's only a freshman. Yeah, some good years here at San Diego High School. She stays here. Romero having to make another save. And that's what the Cavers want. They want that ball to go the length of the field and force West Hills to go the length of the field. Eats up more time off the clock. Tires them out. But then again, you could be tired as well, because if they get it and get a good counterattack going, you got to go chase them. And that's what they got going on right now. To the wide side now, trying to protect. Dolans, it deflects, and it just goes wide. Juliana Dolans sent that ball from the central, and it was deflected wide past the goal line, and now they'll get a set piece. Good job done again by the back line and defenders. Midfielders compacting, doing what they need to do to protect this 1-0 fragile lead with about 5 minutes left to play in a match. thereabouts. Here's Neves now with the corner kick. Sweeps it out. Swinger over the top of frame. Trying to put it into the back of the net that time was Zoe Sofia Alvarez. And just missed the top side. Taking as much time as she can. Borroso sending it upfield. Prado now. Turns now. Prado looks for help and finds it. Her teammate, that's Rogers to the left. Rogers, a shot and a save by Romero. Romero, the head coach of the past years when we were filming Grossmont. And now they have a new coach this year at West Hills. Vale, I believe it was his daughters that played on the team. He's coaching this team, Nathan, and the ball is out of play. If not, maybe a relative. Don't know for sure. The Vale name is popular at the campus. Neves going to take it from the corner flag, far side of the field. Substitution comes in as Lewis comes out. That's Ryan is in, trying to get a header, could not. The Cavers did instead. Prado now with possession of it. Sends it to the near side now with 3 minutes and thereabouts left to play in the match. Trying to go upfield was Villard. And it is touched out that time by Sivastelli. Another player is down on one knee, this time again for the Cavers. Manny Lopez will come out and take a look at his player. The head coach for West Hills, Nathan Vale, had to carry off one of his players earlier in the game. And Manny Lopez now, along with Steve Lincoln, out looking at one of his players. About 2 minutes left to play, thereabouts. There's actually the clock is basically stopped now. So, extra time. So probably about, like I said before, there's going to be a minute of extra time, or there was a period of time. I didn't say a minute, but there's probably now going to be a minute and maybe another minute and a half of extra time. And that's Prado. Net down on one knee. And Valentina's going to come off the pitch. Don't know what happened on the play. You want to watch the second copy. A lot of times you get an opportunity to see that. Better pixels on the second copy. It's a lot clearer. A lot of advances that have come that'll make the very first copy, these live streams, even clearer. But so far, they've been pretty good. We got 5G out now and things like that, so we'll see how it goes. We appreciate all of you who have been watching the live streams. West Hills down 1-0. Across the field on a diagonal pass. But now running onto it is Curtis. In towards the area and swept out on a beautiful defensive play that time by Perez. And in doing so, the player for Wolfpack is injured. But they're going to get a corner kick out of it. And limited time left in this match. And she gets a hand. I don't know if it was a player earlier and just kind of smarting again from that same injury earlier. Francouz. The injured player in this particular sequence goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in for West Hills. Pressured to try and get an equalizer. West Hills Wolfpack sent out of play again by the Cavers. Barroso. Atiana getting to the soccer ball. You're looking for the space. Where's the soccer ball at? Trying to guard against getting it getting behind you. Headed out by Stephanie Galicia. One thing that has been evident in both of these games is defensively, the Cavers have played very well. They've only given up one goal in almost 2 games. They've only scored 1 goal. But if you're a JV team, that is very, very good. Again, it's a little different because of the pandemic, but some things are coming out evident. Moving forward, because just as other teams get better, so will the Cavers. Learning each other out there in the pitch. Little nuances, things each other wants to do. Camaraderie. A lot of those things that you've seen in the previews of the seasons. For either the Cavers or the Foothillers. Got to have them to be successful, and both of the programs have been successful. I mentioned in the first half about the varsity being in the playoffs last year. Dolans continuing to work. They have limited time to do so. Dolans for West Hills now. Taken away. Cavers send it upfield. Chasing it down now is Quarter. She'll throw it in. Head it out. And every time it goes out, it's an advantage for the blue and white San Diego High School. Center ref will be looking at his watch soon. San Diego High leading 1-0. That's the end of the match. A big round of applause from the far side, and all the parents have been vocal enough, and it's been nice to hear for the first time in this new season. And there'll be more of it. So tune in for these YouTube games from the San Diego section of the California Interscholastic Federation, otherwise known as CIF. Final score, 1-0. We hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to us so you can see more. And do not forget as well to go to gksports.org for the gram, the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, and follow us, join the conversation, like us, and we will tune in for another JV game next week, but stick around shortly, maybe a half an hour or maybe a little bit longer, but you have the link on gksports.org. It's right there on the YouTube page for the varsity that'll be next. I'll say so long until next week. Cavers victorious over West Hills.